Oh, sorry for the delay. Gotta back out of this place. I don't trust this camera, especially late at night. Nasty things are lurking in the dark. And this is what makes me a master driver. Now I'm out of harm's way. Let's get to it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. They can sabotage the live stream all they want. I don't care. You hear that? I don't care. You can sabotage it all you want. It's gonna be here forever when it's all said and done. Is this the most embarrassing Lakers season in the history of the franchise? I am here to tell you absolutely yes. Yes. Without a doubt, this is the most embarrassing season in the history of the Los Angeles Lakers. Oh, there is no level of embarrassment greater than this. Oh, I'm keeping the same energy, baby. This is the season for giving. And why are we giving them the business? Because it's so toxic. How about going into this season, before the season even starts, right before the finals, y'all got hit with the Rachel Nichols bomb, right? LeBron James ain't opened his mouth because one of his main advisors was involved, who advises Rachel Nichols. She's on the phone talking to him, and allegedly Rich Paul was also on the conversation call. He was on the other end listening, allegedly. LeBron, who opens his mouth up about everybody else's business, had nothing to say about that business. Nobody else had nothing to say about that. That LeBron James, Black Lives Matter buddy, also all of a sudden, he's saying he's exhausted from Black Lives Matter. And he looked like Freddy Krueger. Nobody said nothing about that, Adam. That's before the season started. That was during the last finals. Right before the NBA finals, this hit. So LeBron was in the grease all the way back then. Yeah, we ain't through with you by sight. By sight. Your friend who thinks LeBron is better than Kobe Bryant must have watched basketball this season or any season. Tell him stop watching ESPN highlights and actually watch the games. And then he wouldn't even think of asking such a dumb question. Oh, because the reason why this is the greatest failure in Lakers history is because they've paid hundreds of millions of dollars to be in the luxury cap. They are paying $42 million to Russell Westbrook and got to pay $47 next year. They got to pay LeBron James $30-something million. They've just signed Anthony Davis to a supermax contract. And that dude played like, what, 30 games? He played like 30 games this year. LeBron played like 50. Exactly. And you spent all this money building this team, bringing in Melo, Rondo. You had all the pieces together. This was the championship run. All of y'all said y'all was ready. And I said, I don't want to hear it at the end of the day. When it's all said and done, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear if we only had this, if we only had that. We passed all that. No more if we only have. Name a season the Lakers has had that they have lost. Shoot, they had lost so many games, they were like last in the West. And Malika Andrews, I know they put a lot of pressure on you to say what you said about Kyrie and Kobe. But here's the problem I got with that. LeBron James got eliminated from the playoffs. Talk about LeBron James. To make somebody great, you don't have to tear somebody else down. Why do y'all always do that with LeBron? Why can't y'all just state what LeBron does as great? Why somebody else got to be torn down in order for that to happen? They don't do that with nobody else. They don't have to tear Michael Jordan down to say Kobe Bryant. They don't have to tear Kobe Bryant down to say Michael Jordan. When they say Michael Jordan, it's because they believe in Michael Jordan. That's just the facts. I mean, look, Kyrie got more basketball IQ in his pinky finger than LeBron James. Now, come on. That's a player. I got the Batmobile next to me. I mean, black on black on black. Sitting low with the damn flames coming out the back. Should it be a GOAT talk? Kobe is iconic. He's done his thing on the court for the Lakers. His last game for the Lakers is better than any game LeBron James has ever played. So the thing is, Malika Andrews, she tried to say, well, Kobe in his last season, they've only won this many games and that many games. Did Kobe Bryant have the amount of talent that LeBron James has had on his team that he did in his last season where he ended up tearing his Achilles? They were going to make the playoffs. Kobe had to play insane to try to get him there, but they were going to make the playoffs. And that team played with heart every night. And they didn't have the type of all-stars. Y'all got 4 of the top 75 NBA players on one team. 4 of those players are on your team. And you talking about what you need. Y'all got Melo on your bench. You got all these players that y'all picked. Russell Westbrook, NBA top 75. LeBron, NBA top 75. AD, they put his ass top 75. Why? I have no idea. But don't tell me about what you need. What you need to do is hold up a picket sign saying, get this LeBron James off of my team. Will you? That's your problem. Your problem is that man is on your basketball team. Of course, I won back-to-back championships, babe. Really 3 in a row, because the pandemic don't count. So I really won 3 championships back-to-back-to-back. My 3-peat, baby. Every time LeBron James get eliminated, I win a chip. Hit the like button for that. Every time he get eliminated, that's a championship ring for me. Why would anybody in their right mind want to do anything with LeBron James? He's 37 years of age. In the last 4 years that he's played with the Los Angeles Lakers, he has endured the most injuries he's ever had in his whole entire NBA career from Miami to Cleveland. He's never missed these many games. Why? Because Father Time is undefeated. And when you don't have the skill set to fall back on, you're not going to be able to keep up with these young boys. LeBron never played defense anyway. Now, what do I mean by that? Meaning that he doesn't play conventional team defense. He's not a guy that helps out. He's not a guy that rotates to try to help the next man over. He picks his plays when he feels it's important to get involved. And he's been doing that since his 20s. He was always a lazy defender. He never wanted to learn how to be a better defender, how to communicate. That's why he don't communicate, because he don't know what to say. He don't know what to do. He's not a defensive player. He's just looking to guard your man, play defense, run out so we can get a rebound, so he can go in transition, get the ball. He's only thinking offensively. LeBron was never a good defender. Never in his career. He wasn't a good defender in high school, and he wasn't in Cleveland. He got a chase down block. Chase down block is one play. I'm talking about defense. Team defense. Calling out picks, screens, helping out, coming over when it's needed. Don't wait till the game on the line to try to pretend to play D. He got that one chase down block and y'all lost y'all minds. Of course he want to team up with Steph Curry. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he want to team up with Steph? But would Steph and them team up with him? You think Golden State would go get LeBron James for what? They don't need no LeBron over there. Man, if I just play with him, woof, man, that'd be nice. That's just a shot at the Lakers. And if I'm Russell Westbrook, I'd be like, man, F you, man. I did my part. I stepped my game up. Did you? Man, I was getting 40 and 38. How much did you give up? If you scored 38 and you give up 58, what am I talking to you for? Look at LeBron James plus minuses. You are not Magic, Michael, Isaiah, all those guys. Look at what they did with the ball. They never had the turnovers LeBron had. LeBron leads the NBA in turnovers and will have that record for probably forever. And his assist to turnover ratio is very high. You will have Magic and Isaiah, guys who ran the point and had the ball in their hands. They never would turn the ball over. If they did, you had like one, maybe two in a whole game. But they have plenty of games where they have no turnovers. LeBron James had the worst plus minus probably of any player on the team. Because plus minus look at your defense, they look at your offense, and they can see if you're doing something and if you ain't doing nothing. It was easy for me to see he wasn't doing a damn thing out there on the court. It's so easy. LeBron has never had a Michael Jordan season. Tell me when you make all-team NBA, okay, play all of the preseason games, play 82 games, all 82 games, don't miss a single game, win All-Star MVP, first team All-NBA, first team All-Defense, MVP of the league, and MVP of the finals. Have the best record in the NBA. All in the same season. And Michael was in his 30s. LeBron James has never done that. And he was the scoring leader. He had the scoring title. Michael Jordan's 96 season, LeBron James has never had a season like that in 19 years. And I don't even consider Jordan the best player of all times. But he's way better than LeBron James. It's like not even, why is that even a comparison chart? It's insulting to put his name up there unless you're doing a before and after. Before, when the NBA was thriving, Michael Jordan took it to the promised land. Then after, this is the guy that brought it down, LeBron James. Used to have exciting plays with one guy dunking on three people. Now, because of LeBron, you just get a fast break, him dunking, and other guys getting out of the way. Wow, how exciting. In order to help LeBron score, they crippled the game. So now it's not appeasing to anybody anymore. They're not even thrilled. They're not caught into it no more. They're just like, whatever, So nobody watches it. The casuals don't watch it. There's no excitement in it no more. So the casuals weren't watching the games. Only when Steph Curry came along do you see more casuals watching the games. His name is in the record books for some of the worst, least viewed NBA finals in history. And they blamed the team LeBron was playing against. They was like, well, when he played the Golden State Warriors, they thrived. Yes, because of the Warriors. The Warriors don't need LeBron James to thrive. They the main event. LeBron the B-side. Steph Curry ain't out there whoring himself out on social media. He not out there shaking his butt all the time so he can get on TV and do 6 million commercials. He stay quiet most of the time. He keep his mouth shut. When it ain't got nothing to do with him, you know what he do? He shut up. You don't hear nothing out of Steph. Nah, he just shut up. LeBron want to have a tweet about everything. Somebody else win a championship, he right there. Golf tournament going on. Yep, shout out to my boy Tiger Woods. I got Tiger in this. Let's go. You don't hear Steph saying nothing. Steph just shut up. The whole thing with Isaiah and Magic and Michael, they having their thing, arguing back and forth, and Steph just sitting there, head straight up, like, I ain't paying no attention to none of this. Don't concern me. I'm out. Because that's how he's supposed to work. That's how it's supposed to go down. But when you're surrounded by idiots who keep trying to boost this guy up, the Los Angeles Lakers did everything possible. And everybody said it ain't all LeBron's fault. You're right, it's Jenny Buss's fault. She put this all in Linda Rambis. Your fault too, Kurt. Your fault. I know your ball's in your wife's purse, but still. Your fault too. Everybody who sat there and co-signed. This is for you. Yeah, the Lakers just lost again, but season's been over. So what they playing for? They just finna get through with the rest of the season. They're eliminated before even getting to the main game. It's over. They should have just let the fans come in for free. Be like, we're going to give y'all a free night for what we put out here on this court. We spent all this money to not go to the playoffs. When the Lakers was losing those games, they weren't paying any money. They made money. As long as Kobe was out there playing, they was making money. When he was hurt, they were making money because they were not paying out money hand over fist to none of these doggone organizations. They weren't paying out money hand over fist to none of these idiots. They said, look, we got a team here. We got these young players. They under contract for only about 2 years, some 1 year deals. The team went bankrupt. But Mitch was in control. And Mitch was a good GM. But it was a tug of war going on in the front office. And Jenny Buss, unfortunately for Jenny, she's only did one thing. She's marketing. She smoozes with the celebrities. She knows what the celebrities want. That's her job. If you watching Winning Time, you seeing exactly what Jenny Buss is. She don't know personnel. She don't know who they should be drafting. Contracts. That's not her forte. So what did they do? They let LeBron James run the team as he saw fit. Whatever he cried and said he wanted, they went and got for him. Kobe was there for advice. Kobe Bryant was there to give advice. That's why Kobe said, I don't want to be involved, because he knew what was to come. Kobe knew what was to come. Kobe was offered the job. Magic was president of basketball operations. Kobe was supposed to be the general manager. Kobe said, nope, let Rod do it. Rod is retiring right along with me. He's not going to represent no other clients. So he wants to do it. Let Rod Pelinka be GM. They said, okay, Rod's family. I didn't know Rod was interested. Yep, Rod's retiring. So Rod retired from being an agent, took over the role as general manager. So Magic would have some input, and also with Kobe, about who the Lakers should go get. And people would contact them and tell them, like their agents or whatever, would contact Magic and be like, hey, my son want to come play for y'all. Or my client want to come play for y'all. See about y'all making that work. And then Magic kept getting slapped with tampering, and he kept messing up everything. So they was like throwing everything at the feet of old Magic Johnson. Magic was like, okay, we need to fire Luke. LeBron don't want Luke Walton here. Okay, Luke gotta go. So it's Luke's fault. We gotta get rid of Luke Walton. LeBron don't like the way Luke Walton coach. He don't have enough experience. The Lakers is like, well, Luke is family. They're not used to this. But it's like, look, you got LeBron James. This is how he operates. He got to play with somebody he trusts, a coach that knows what he wants. So they made a change. Luke was out, brought in a whole new coach. Tyronn Lue was supposed to be that guy. He was not. They brought in Fogel. Right? Kobe was out. Kobe was out. Y'all asked him his choice when y'all drafted Lonzo Ball, and he's wondering why y'all let that draft go down the drain by drafting Lonzo Ball, who you didn't even scout really. And when you did, it was like, what are we doing here? You can't allow draft picks like this to go by. It's not this kind of talent pool out here every year. Like, this was the cream of the crop. How did we let Jason Tatum go? And that's what Kobe was like, y'all let Jason Tatum go. You should have drafted him instead of Lonzo Ball. He still feels that way. Well, he did at the time. Like, I don't know how the Lakers let you go. Because you could see it in the scouting. Lonzo wasn't that guy yet. He might develop into being a guy that's a good role player, but he wasn't that guy yet at that time. So Kobe went and did a breakdown of how Jason Tatum played the game. He had the show called Details. Y'all remember Details, right? Details of Kobe Bryant. And he was breaking down Jason Tatum's game and breaking down his jump shot and showing how great he was and the things that he was doing as a rookie. And it was like this player could only go up and only be better. So Kobe told the organization and gave Magic them like, okay, this Jason Tatum is the guy. You know, like that's the guy out of the draft I would take with the pick we got. Kobe was not cool. I mean, he was not sold on the number one pick and was like, oh, that's a mistake. They're going to take the wrong player if they take them. That Marquez Fultz. Kobe was not sold on him. Kobe didn't think he was a consistent basketball player. He watched a lot of his games and watching film on him, it was going to take a lot of development. He was saying that guy is going to take a lot of development to get him comfortable being the player that y'all want him to be right now. And with this talent pool they got, he was looking at Jackson and he was looking at Jason Tatum and said, these the two guys that these are flex players. They can play 3-4 positions right now. And if you got these guys, that's something that you could have that can assist LeBron if you're getting LeBron next year. That's somebody that could take the pressure off him immediately at a young age that can come in right away and be productive. So they didn't take Kobe's advice. They took Lonzo Ball. Rob Pelinka said, not my call. This is the call from the front office. Magic Johnson, the front office, he's Magic. Why are we taking Lonzo Ball? He's like, that's Jenny and Linda and Kurt. That's their choice. It's more of a business reason why we taking Lonzo Ball. He got millions of Facebook followers. So that's why we drafted him. I got to go to their house where he going to do a workout. We finna film him basically playing that basketball at home. And that's his workout. And Kobe was like, tell me you kidding me. Tell me you playing. Y'all ain't gonna have this guy work out at the gym for a workout? Y'all finna just go to, you gonna just go to his house and he gonna shoot at a rim at his house? He's like, the game ain't, Kobe, the game ain't the same no more. It's all a publicity show now. It's all social media. So Kobe was like, yep, so that's why I'm out. I'm not giving any advice, no more players. Rob, you got it. Y'all got this thing. Because I'm too old for it. I'm out. So that's what he said. I'm too old for it. I'm too old school. I can't conform with this. I'm about the knowledge of the game. I'm a purist. I can't do this, what y'all doing right now. Giving y'all advice, scouting and all that. I don't want to do it. Y'all asked me what I think. I told y'all didn't follow what I thought. Cool, I'm out. Now, what they did do, as far as coach, when they hired the coach, they hired the coaching staff for Fogel. They put all those guys there. Fogel did not pick any of his coaching staff. Jason Kidd was supposed to be the Lakers coach. Fogel was supposed to be there 2-3 years. Fogel's gone. Here comes Jason Kidd era. Outside LeBron. LeBron's going to leave. Jason Kidd, the new head coach. Hit the like button, good people. Jason Kidd was supposed to run the whole organization. Then Kobe Bryant dies. Kobe had them put Jason Kidd on there and said, you want that guy. Jason Kidd is a defensive coach. He's a guy that knows how to work with personnel. He can coach while the game is going on. He's a coach on that sideline. He'll get players better. And you're going to need that for your young guys. He's not going to go for this no defense stuff. Right as rain. As you saw, he did not go for anything like this. When he was with the Lakers defense was up. Nothing like it is now. Look at the Dallas Mavericks. Defensively, they're up. Way more than they was when they had Rick Carlisle. So Kobe, once again, no longer here, rest in peace to him, Gigi, and all them other people on that plane, except for that pilot. And he was right. He knew who should have been the coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. And it was J. Kidd. I know. People have to understand. There's so many different options, so many different routes a person can go. But when you write, you write. And you ain't going to want to change anything. You ain't going to want to go in another direction because you know what you're doing is working. You know your way is the right way. No one can take that from you. You know that. If the Lakers had Jason Tatum, him and LeBron probably would have clashed, but he would have been there to help him. Like Kyrie was able to adjust his game to play with LeBron. But they needed Kevin Love. You needed Sherbet Ice Cream and you needed J.R. Spliff. Because they helped out with the defense. They did the dirty work. So LeBron didn't have to do the dirty work. But when you got Avery Bradley and Trevor Ariza, whose best years have been way behind them, and you're trying to parade them around as these are the guys that's going to get it done, you lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself. It ain't going to get done that way. How many times you got to fail before you realize this ain't right? You ain't going to make it. We've seen some of the best teams in basketball history lose from stupidity. And now the Lakers know they're in a situation they can't escape from. Not right now. Too many problems going on. Everybody fighting in-house. It's crazy right now. Why is Jenny Buss allowing Linda to ruin the team? Linda's doing everything with the contracts and all of this, while Jenny Buss is going around trying to find new ways to market the Lakers back and forth. That's all it is. Let me market the Lakers. Because if I'm marketing the Lakers the way I want to, we're going to be good. All we got to do is keep marketing. It's about the actual gameplay. When are we going to understand that, people? The gameplay matters. They keep robbing it. Everybody. It's ridiculous. I'm sick of it. They were talking about having Jenny removed and bring in a new owner. I don't think that should be the case. But I think they need to find a president of basketball operations. They don't have a president of basketball operations. That title is vacant. Kurt Rambis ain't take the wheel. And Linda is over there doing it. So it's a job by committee. So if it's a job by committee, why are we sitting here championing all this? If you're a Laker fan, look at what the Phoenix Suns did. James Jones, LeBron James' friend, who he took on every team he was on, just because he played NBA 2K with him all the time, his 2K buddy, took him on every team he was on from Miami to Cleveland. He didn't have to even play. All he had to do was just suit up. LeBron James, as soon as he retired, he becomes president of basketball operations for the Phoenix Suns. LeBron get him that job. Now, why did LeBron get him that job? So that they can get Chris Paul over there, another one of their buddies. They wanted to make it all exceptional, all inclusive. That's it. They want everything to be all inclusive. They ran Pat Riley out of town. Pat Riley out of town. He gone. They ran everybody out of town. Yeah, they brought in Dunleavy. Pat Riley wanted too much control. No, he didn't. You know what Pat Riley wanted? To run the team so that the team don't break down every time you win a championship. You know what the Lakers wanted? Let's put all our stock into winning the championship for 2-3 years. The team fall apart, down to nothing. You suck for 7 years, and then build back up to a championship 2 years to try to buy another one. That's what they want. Pat Riley don't think that's a successful formula. He'll rather have a team that could make the playoffs every year, if need be. Why not? What would you rather have? A team that won a championship? He's already won his championships. Damn. I'm not replacing those bulbs. That's a hell of a ladder I'm gonna need. No, man, I gotta start cleaning my house up. So I went and changed clothes. I was taking the clothes out the laundry machine. I need 2 hands. If I had used the bathroom, you'd have heard the toilet flush. I didn't use the bathroom before. I ain't come out my bathroom. I came out the bedroom. I was bringing the clothes and putting them away. So when you look at the scenarios of the Lakers, you see and you understand what the problem is. The team don't communicate. They're a bad team because they choose to be. Everybody ain't sold in on what they supposed to do. They just automatically think things are going to work. If the Lakers retire LeBron James jersey, they stupid. He's done nothing to be retired as a Laker so far. What's up, Jonathan? Ariza got waived today. They only did that because somebody wants to pick Ariza up, and he could play. Now that he's waived, he can go on another team and play. They could pick him up off waivers. My thing is, why you want to waive Trevor Ariza now? Everybody in the Laker fans is like, hey, we got Ariza back after all these years. What is he going to do for you now? Trevor Ariza, it's not his fault, but you can't guard 20-something-year-old players. These players every year coming in 19, 20 years old. They might not be as skilled as you, but their athleticism will keep them in the game. Ben Simmons should never represent Australia. Said we won a bronze medal without him. Ben Simmons is a disgrace. He's a disgrace because there's nothing physically wrong with him playing basketball. Then maybe this isn't for you, son. There's always work at the post office. Because unless he's physically injured, he needs to be off the team. He needs to be forfeiting his money right now because we paying you multi-millions of dollars just to sit down because you're mentally not feeling well? Huh? I'll be like, we traded a guy to get you. No, that couldn't work with me because he would really have a physical injury. This is by far the most embarrassing season in the Los Angeles Lakers history. Clearly the most embarrassing in the history of the entire franchise. They can't find another season. They can't find another anything to even compare. It is done and done again. I don't blame anybody. At the end of the day, everybody keep talking about who they needed and what LeBron. LeBron, look, if you that guy, you that guy. Kobe tore his Achilles trying to get the Lakers into the playoffs, and they would have got there. He wanted one last shot at the finals, or just at the playoff run, and he knew he was on fumes. Rookie of the year? I I haven't really thought about rookie of the year. Cade Cunningham, I mean, he got real good at the end of the year. No rookies was putting up, he was averaging 22, 7, and 7. No rookie, not even Michael Jordan, put up those numbers ever in the month of March. I ain't saying that's enough for him to get rookie of the year, but out of all the rookies, he was playing a lot better down the stretch. Well, you got to understand something. A lot of these players, they got a problem. And the problem is, there are too many cooks in the kitchen. No one really pays attention when it comes to sense of where someone needs to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you want to grow a basketball team, you want to get people that are adjustable, they're coachable, in other words, meaning that they're not going to collide with the coach all the time. So you're not going to want a player like Gilbert Arenas. A player like Gilbert Arenas is a cancer to your team. You're not going to win games with him. You're not going to win a championship. You're not going anywhere. He's going to collide. He gives bad examples for your teammates. So I don't mean to come down on Gilbert Arenas because of all this stuff here. Gil has always been that player. It's not a matter of, oh, you just saying that because Kwame Brown. Gilbert Arenas has always been that kind of player. He knows it. We know it. It's his life. He's tried to get the general manager fired on multiple.
Be content. Your dead B, your dead son. Handicaps, forget them. Lupus, forget them too.
Kwame going off on something. Let me see what's up here. But like we always said, people are starting to learn the difference. They're starting to see exactly what it is that we're talking about when we're talking about breaking down these games and these teams, right? Three-peat super chat, Facino, wisdom. God bless you, man. Thank you, man. Thank you for your super chats, man. I appreciate that, man. You appreciate the work I put in. I appreciate that, man. That's right. Yeah, exactly. I wonder if Super Cat ever seen a super chat. That's funny. Well, society has been telling you guys something different because Gilbert is the type that's going to make other players want to do the same thing he does. Gilbert's going to say, oh, okay, I see how this is. Well, Gilbert Arenas ain't going to come back. You know, like, what is he going to do? All he's going to do is he's going to defy the coach, defy the general manager. He tried to get the GM fired. All he does is tell people things that are not productive to the team. Lakers practices. Mm-hmm. They used to be something to marvel at, right? Scrimmage. We're gonna have a scrimmage here, Lakers scrimmaging. You know, that stuff is done. It's done now. Oh, what does it look like? This is what it looked like. Scrimmaging. That's what it looked like. Guys in the beginning of the season, right? Rondo was on the team. Jordan was on the team. Now, why would be Dwight Howard be out there practicing threes? I'd be Dwight Howard. I don't need you shooting threes. Yeah, you might hit one or two. We don't need Dwight Howard shooting threes. I need you practicing post moves. I need you shooting around out there. I don't need you doing something that you ain't gonna be doing in the game. Practice on something that we gonna need for you to do in the game. Ain't nobody gonna say let's kick it out to Dwight to win the game for 3. So why are you doing it? Yeah, everything looked good when they had a one little scrimmage. Right? But at the end of the day, it was a bunch of people standing around, playing around. See, it's too far few and in between. What's up, T? See? Now watch this. Besides all of this, good people, look at this. Everybody else standing around, playing around. Look, nobody taking anything serious. See? Everybody just playing around, playing around. See guys standing around. See LeBron over there shooting by himself. Him and AD taking shots, doing free throw drills, isolated from the rest of the team. And this is practice. This is what a Laker practice look like. See? That's what it looked like. Then it had to get secretly recorded. Now, too much fraternizing, too much playing, too many people playing games. While people was working on their game for real, you knew because they came out to play. The people who was really working on their games. Who was really working on that game? Look at this, fratting. They laughing and joking. See, everybody playing. Malik Monk was working on his game all season. He know I'm playing to leave. I'm playing for a contract. This is serious. He took it serious. Yeah, no defense though. See what I'm saying? This is the most embarrassing season in Los Angeles Lakers history. Period. Where the damn coach at? He on the sideline. But Fizdale, see, when in the NBA it's different. That's what your assistant coach is for. Sometimes your assistant coach runs practices. The head coach is there sometimes, but normally your assistant coach runs the practices, or you have your coach that's there while y'all doing the practices and everything else. Well, it's not the same for everybody. Um, well, people got to figure out some things. They might want to understand a little bit more about the situation before they jump all the way in it. He said, "Where's the 3-man weave at 2-on-1 shooting drills?" None of that was non-existent all the season. It was terrible. Just to stand there and look at that, it's pitiful. I never felt that way about it. I really was very strong about I felt very strong about the fact that they had it figured out. I felt like the Lakers had it figured out as far as what the team was going to look like and what they were going to go with for the rest of the season. But with AD being hurt for as long as he was hurt and the way they were losing games, players were starting to grow tired of each other. So, if you don't have a leader on your team that could bring the team together, people wanted the season to be over. If you watch the way the Lakers played, the people who were trying and was like, I'm finna try, and they see you not trying, they ain't gonna give a shit down the road. They finna cut that out. You didn't mess that up. You screwed all that up. So why they gonna try? Oh man, I saw like three, I think it was three of them. They were trying to make up their mind on which direction they were going to go. Like, oh man, should we do this or should we do that? I don't even know right now, but it looks like the move to do. And they couldn't come up with a decision. Russ didn't play. AD didn't play. um, yeah, Russ didn't play. AD didn't play. LeBron didn't play. It's like, yeah, I mean, today's game was y'all can go and have it, season's over. But I'm like, AD need to play every damn game, unless we talking about getting rid of him. LeBron, I can't see going nowhere. I see him breaking the record Kareem record in a Lakers uniform. That's why he's here. Like this is what the Lakers about. That's a big event for the Lakers. People are gonna want to be at that game. A lot of celebrities are gonna come out. So the Lakers is all about having a star attraction. So trying to make Anthony Davis that person was the wrong idea. LeBron loves him because he's a kiss ass. He gonna kiss up to LeBron James, and he likes that. AD could play. Plus, he kisses up and look up to me. So that's what we need. The Lakers need to build a team around. So when I retire, y'all got AD. No, AD ain't gonna get it done, bro. Well, Klay Thompson has lost a step, but it's gonna. The thing is that he can regain the step because he actually plays a lot of defense, but he's an older player now. So when you're an older player, you're not gonna be able to keep up with some of these guys you used to, especially coming off an Achilles and an ACL. And you got to guard these 19-year-olds, and you're a great defender on this two guard. You know, it's not going to be there every night. And Klay is a guy who's got to have confidence, and you could take his confidence away. And the only way you do that is when he don't have shots dropping, because he's a pure shooter. So one night he'll have 14, the next one he'll have like 37. You just gotta, you never know with Klay because he's that dangerous. And Klay Thompson's gonna play hard every time. Nobody's gonna play hard like that. I mean, it's very few players that play like Klay did. Klay gonna give you everything he got. Klay don't believe in lay down. Lay down in the vocabulary. The Phoenix Suns is the most dangerous team on paper. Because the thing about the Phoenix Suns is they haven't faced their adversity yet. And all season long, when they had an adverse situation, they're not getting calls, the refs on their back, they hadn't found a way to win those games. They've lost those games. And those are going to be the games you got to win in the playoffs. They have the reason why they're successful is because they have the number one bench in the NBA, defensively and offensively. That bench they got could be starting anywhere else in the league. They bench be whooping the starters. They had the number one scoring bench in the NBA. Golden State can surprise a lot of people because that's a team I wouldn't want to play in the first round because they play unselfish. They move the ball around and Poole, Poole is, to me, is the most improved basketball player of the year. The Pistons getting Aiden after this year, that's wishful thinking, but hell no. I mean, if the Phoenix Suns don't win if they win a championship and they want to let Aiden go and don't want to pay him all that money, I can understand. You see, but we were smart as the Detroit Pistons to know not to pay Ben that kind of money. The type of money Ben wanted, I'm with Joe Dumas. I can't pay you that. I'm sorry, I can't pay you that. The Bulls offered him that money, he took it. And they lost to the Pistons the very next year. And it was like, sorry, Ben, you did a lot for us, and we're willing to pay you some money, but that's just too much for you. When on the offensive end, you ain't gonna bring it. Now, a lot of people say, man, we'd had Ben Wallace, we would have won against Cleveland in the playoffs the previous year. I mean, the Bulls end up playing us in the second round of the playoffs, and we put them out. Well, they had Kirk Heinrich on the team. And Kirk played well, but the Bulls had very inconsistent scores. So when you got, a bunch of people you can't trust scoring the basketball, because that was the P.J. Brown game where P.J. went off in the first half and then had like 2 points the whole second half. And I called it. I said, oh, yeah, so you got unauthorized people scoring for you? You think this is a plus? Oh, yeah. It's over. No, the Suns can have guys out and it don't matter. That's when you got a great team. When it don't matter if somebody missed a game. They can still beat you by 20. That's when it's over. That's when you got problems that's done and done. A lot of people saying LeBron won't out. At this point, I don't know. But I know how the Lakers think. The Lakers want that Kareem record broke in a Lakers uniform. LeBron need to be in that Laker uniform getting that done. So he ain't going nowhere. That services LeBron and don't service the Lakers. Because what did the Lakers get out this season? Nothing. They lost a lot of their national televised games. A lot of their games were supposed to be on national TV. Those games got pulled. They had to go with other games because the Lakers, they were terrible. And this is with LeBron James on the court. They were absolutely terrible. When Kobe was bad and couldn't really perform anymore, that's when he said, this is my last season. My body just can't physically do it no more. He announced his retirement. Like, this is my last season. That's how much dedication he had to the game. He wasn't saying, I'm going to sit here and milk it. He was like, I've tried not to suck so much, and it's not working. And, like, I'm retiring after this year. This is it. I mean, look at the Memphis Grizzlies. There's a reason that they're number two. They play well as a team, but they're too young. I think the playoffs will be like wide eyes, bright eyes. It's a whole different season in the playoffs because now you get the game plan against a team. You know what they like to run, you know what they like to do, and you get the game plan against them. So Kirk Hammer did play good defense, but he couldn't hit the shot you needed down the stretch when he should have gave the ball to Ben Gordon. It's embarrassing because you spent hundreds of millions of dollars. I mean, for real, hundreds of millions. It's all down the drain. You could have missed the playoffs on your own. You didn't have to go the route y'all did to miss the playoffs. I'm sorry. So the Lakers are fourth in the NBA in team payroll. $164,388,490 from 2021-2022. That's the team's payroll. $164,388,490. The highest paid player on your team is Russell Westbrook. Next year is going to be worse. Look at this. Russell Westbrook get $44 million this year. 41 for LeBron. 35 million for AD. THT is getting 9.5 million. He your fourth highest player on your team. Do you feel that he played $10 million worth of basketball? I don't think he did. Now, next year, it's worse. It's worse next year. But let's go down the line, the Congo line, and we'll see the most productive players made the least amount of money. Malik Monk paid $1.7 million. The Lakers just signed Stanley Johnson, who was out the league. So Stanley Johnson got signed because they had to sign him after autumn. He got $1.2 million now because they signed him to a deal. And now $2.3 million is coming up. Reeves is on a rookie deal. He played better to me than Trevor Ariza, Avery Bradley, Wayne Ellington, all of those guys. Reeves is getting $925,000. 1.5 next year. DJ Augustin came in and made 622,000. Jones got 299. Huck got 225. Sekou got 185. He didn't play. Collison, damn, I didn't even know they had him on the books. He got 151. All these people making 109. Damn, I'm making more money than these people. That's crazy. Jones. So as you can see, it's crazy. Let's look at the people that didn't deserve no money. Kent Bazemore. If he did anything less, it'd be called hunting. If he did anything less, you better call Ghostbusters. $2.4 million. And the rookie played well and better than him. Wayne Ellington, 2.6. Trevor Ariza, 2.6. Avery Bradley, 2.6. All this money right here wasted. But all these people are gone next year. So you freeing up all this money with these one-year contracts. Melo had 2.6. Melo gone next year. He just had a one-year deal. Carmelo is going to the Brooklyn Nets. That was already in discussion. I already told y'all. Melo going to Brooklyn. And look at my man, Luol Deng, still getting his money and ain't playing. $5 million. Dude ain't played in years. Look at Jonathan Mitchell. Has earned his rent, baby. Thank y'all for the super chats. So we see next season, it's finna get worse. Because Russ is on the books for $47 million. You got LeBron on the books for $44 million. AD is $37 million. And THT is at $10 million. So everybody's saying trade THT. Absolutely. I would trade THT. I don't care if he's from Chicago or no-go. I'm not paying THT no $10 million again. He got to go. I got to find a way to shave that off the books. But look, you're going to be spending more money next year for a team that's going to have the same problem. So you're going to be right back in the grease. And Lakers fans going to be like, we healthy. We got a shot. Who's your bench? Who you bringing back? Everybody gone next year. THT, you got none on the contract. None. That's the name. That's how many games he played this season. None. And you finna pay him 5.2. But look at all these zeros. Nobody coming back. Stanley Johnson coming back, and the rookie Reeves. You got Jones coming back next year. Do you need him? Look at all them zeros. So far you got 146 million right now, only because you don't have any people on the roster for next year. So you already at 146 for next year. $20 million is gone because you don't have the personnel or the players. Now you got to try to fill up that, and you're going to be right back in the lottery and the luxury tax once again. You was at 164 then. You at 146 already guaranteed for next year. And you missing half a team. And you ain't finna win next year. So this is the most disappointing year for the Lakers so far. Next season, it's set up to be worse. LeBron gonna be older. AD gonna get hurt again. Russ gonna stink it up some more. Oh, baby, this is gonna be beautiful to watch. I'm telling you, man, this is like watching the LeBron trilogy. The Lakers trilogies continues. They can't afford to sign a lot of people. That's the thing about it. They got to get these people on 1-year deals. They got to try to do these deals. They want to try to get Bradley Beal. They want to get, if they want to trade Russell Westbrook for John Wall, I am all for it. Go on and do it. Go on and do the trade if that's what y'all want, because that's the only way you can make a deal. Because that man is guaranteed $47 million. He's not finna opt out. That's retarded. Why would he opt out of $47 million? Unless y'all got a way to prorate his contract to where he gets guaranteed money down the road. No, not gonna happen. John Wall can play when he's healthy, but the thing is he's older. John Wall was one of the fastest with the ball I've seen since Allen Iverson. He was real fast with the ball. He's already opted in. Of course he's gonna opt in. Russ ain't finna opt out that money. 47 coming right up. So the Lakers gonna either have to find somebody stupid enough to trade for Russell Westbrook, like the Houston Rockets, because they want to get rid of John Wall contract. But I think John Wall gets paid what, like 44 million or something, and Russ is getting like 47. And you're not gonna play him. At least you could play Russ. But then you got Russ right back on the team. It's goofy. Yep. See, look. Right now they got almost a mirror contract. That's why they were traded for each other when they did it in before with Washington. 44 million for John Wall, and the next year he get 47. But the Lakers who want to trade for him because Rich Paul is their agent, is his agent now. He fired his agent to go with Rich Paul. Well, the Lakers could get Dennis Schroeder back. He just made $6 million this year. So the Lakers had to play. He actually made about $9 million. So now he gets to play or go into another negotiation because he played on a 1-year deal. Now he goes into free agency and negotiations can start, and he's going to want a big contract. But I doubt he might want to go back to the Lakers. But they need a point guard. Russ isn't the point guard they need. The system they're playing, Fogel's gone. And after this season, as I told you, they're going to look at trying to bring Mark Jackson in, for a splash. They're going to interview Mark Jackson. All of these things are in development. Doc has not been mentioned nowhere except for social media. Has Doc Rivers been mentioned as a possible coach of the Los Angeles Lakers? I mean, seriously. He said, I hope we don't leave the booth for this nonsense. Yeah, that's why they wanted him, because he would clutch. Half the Lakers team is on the clutch sports. That don't work well for them. And Magic is talking about, man, we lose KCP and Caruso. Those are our best defenders. That's why we was losing. No, no, Magic. Those weren't your best. Caruso did play deep, but that's not why you were losing. LeBron James was the reason you was losing. Y'all won that pandemic chip because they wanted to give that to you because it was during a pandemic. They had to have their top teams winning to earn some money during a pandemic. Oh yeah, on the Patreon, we finna really get into it. We finna talk about this gay NBA player that people didn't know how they found out and what happened. This is in the actually 80s. It was crazy. So we finna talk about that on the Patreon. But I'm about to play some Lego Star Wars. So if you're on the Screen Fiend account, you subscribed over there, you'll be able to get it. Yeah. Oh, it's great. Lego Star Wars is worth the price of admission. All 9 games on one game. I'm finna play it on Stream Fiend. I beat Phantom Menace last night on there. I streamed that. Now I'm finna stream this one. Yes, sir. Ghost of Tsushima, I got it right over there. PS5. I ain't put it in yet and load it up because I've been playing my other games, but yeah, that was the first time I played the game since I had like PS2. So, so yeah, I need to get to it. So it's time to roll. So oh yeah, the Patreon finna really take off. You finna hear some real dirt, some Hollywood gangster stuff, all of it. Yeah, we finna really get cooking with Crisco now. I'm out.